Find Your Flow Yoga. My name is Natalie and I will be guiding you through our bedtime practice today. So hop into something super extra comfy. Pyjamas are welcome here, definitely welcome. And find a comfortable space either on your mat, on the ground, next to your bed maybe. There will be an invitation later to go into your bed to finish this practice if you would like to. And bring with you your cushions, pillows, blankets, duvets, whatever you would like to just feel really supported and comfortable here. So we are going to start by finding a seat, lifting up onto as much support as you'd like to. So I'm going to lift onto my 2 cushions to help find a bit more space around the hips. And whenever you come to your seat, just find this heaviness really rooting down through the lower body. And reach your spine nice and long, all the way from the tip of the tailbone to the crown of the head, but keeping this nice and soft as we release the shoulders away from the ears. And then bringing the hands face down onto the knee space, or bringing the left hand to the heart, the right hand to the stomach, or maybe both hands come to the stomach space or the ribs, really listening to what your body feels like it wants to do right now. And closing the eyes or softening the gaze. We'll start to arrive in this space. Deep breathing in through the nose, filling up all of the space in the lungs. Deep exhale out of the nose, emptying everything out. Breathing and knowing that we're breathing, maybe for the first time all day. As we come to find this stillness, notice what comes to your mind, and if your thoughts start to bombard you loudly. And if so, know that this is okay. Can we simply be aware of this? If we've had a stressful, busy or hectic day, this might be the case. Appreciate that we're spending this time with ourselves to give a little extra love, to tap into our parasympathetic nervous system that will help our body to rest, digest, recover, repair, and set us up for a great night's sleep. Every time our mind wanders and we get distracted by one of our thoughts, can we bring our attention back to here and where we are now? We might like to place our thought onto a boat and watch them float away down a stream. Repeating in your mind, this is now. This is now. This is now. You can open the eyes here or keep the gaze soft as we float the gaze over to the right side. Then down towards the ground, moving softly over to the left. And then towards the sky, just circling the neck one way and then the other way. Whenever you finish taking your time, we'll meet back to the center. Hands stay on the knees as we lift our heart. We'll lift our gaze, send our shoulders back. Breathing in, and as we breathe out, rounding through the spine, tucking the chin towards the chest. Inhaling to open, moving with your own rhythm of breath. Exhale to fold, rounding through into flexion and extension one more time. And then coming all the way back to your neutral spine, sending the right leg out long, hugging the left leg up and in. If you're right in the center or near the back of your props, you might like to lift a little bit further forwards to keep this length all the way from our pelvis space through our spine. And then keeping the right toes active towards the face. We'll hug the right arm around the left leg and float the left fingertips either onto our bricks, blocks, or onto the earth behind us. So keeping this length all the way from our tail to our crown, shoulders soft from beneath the ears. And we're really not cranking or pushing ourselves here. We're finding this soft twist. One more breath. Floating back to center, left leg long, right leg hugs in. Left arm hugs around, and then right fingertips float on to the earth or prop behind us, lengthening even more. And then twisting with every exhale. Do we have a little bit more space we can explore here? Maybe we do, maybe we don't. Finding one more breath. And floating back to center, jumping forwards into a tabletop, all fours. Bringing our wrists underneath our shoulders, we'll walk our knees a little bit wider, bringing our big toes together. Then bumping the hips to the right, we'll gaze past our left shoulder. Feeling the space through our right side body, all through the ribs, then bumping the hips to the left, gazing past our right shoulder. Breathing in, breathing out, coming back to center, finding a cat pose, rolling the tailbone down to the ground, arching our spine towards the sky, dropping our gaze. Moving really softly into your cow pose, floating the tailbone up, sending the tummy down, rolling through the spine, lifting the gaze just in front of the hands. 2 more times, finding this wave-like movement as our spine crests and falls. And we're just helping to shake off any tension we might have collected throughout our day. We're keeping this nice and gentle, getting the blood flowing, and moving with our breath. Finishing on your final cow pose before coming back to your neutral spine, sitting the hips straight back on the heels, coming down to a child's pose, taking as much support as you want to here. Maybe you bring a pillow or prop underneath your forehead or in between the hips and the heels. Wherever you are, can we completely surrender into our balasana? Can we notice if we're holding any tension or tightness anywhere in our body and really consciously release? This is the time now to let go, to press the pause button on everything else that's happening. One more breath here. And slowly starting to press up. We're going to come to lie straight down on the ground. So take your time to shimmy over there. If you want to use support from your cushions underneath your head and neck, then feel free to do so. As soon as we come to the ground, we'll hook the knees in towards us, but take them a little bit wider towards the armpits, sending lots of love to our sacrum and lower back, and rocking from side to side. back to center, one hand on each knee. We'll open the knees out wide, take them around in a circle, using the hands as guides here. Really exploring our natural range of motion. 3 times one way and then 3 times in the opposite direction. And feel free to stay somewhere if there's a little bit more stickiness. Send your breath there for a moment or two. And whenever you've finished, coming back to center. Bringing the left foot down to the ground and kicking the right foot towards the sky. Knee bends in towards the armpit as we find our half a happy baby pose. So right hand on the hamstring, calf or outer edge or inner arch of the foot. Really make this pose work for you today. And if you've been practicing yoga for a while longer, you might like to come straight to the full happy baby if that's in your practice. Breathing wherever we are, knee bending in as generously as we can and as is comfortable, keeping it nice and soft there. And finding some movement, really small move here, knee from side to side, just oiling up the hip joint. And if you've got your right leg lifted, bring the foot down to the ground or come onto the left side. So left knee hugs in and the foot reaches towards the sky, resting the hand wherever it feels most comfortable. And being really aware wherever we are. If our lower back's wanting to round and arch off the mat like this, can we maybe bring our hands a little bit lower down our leg if this is the case, working into the space we have right now. Sending the knee from side to side. Finding one more breath here before releasing the soles of the feet together, knees open out wide, Supta Baddha Konasana. Reclined bound angle pose. Notice where the arms want to be here. You might like to float the left hand to the heart and the right hand to the stomach again, or both hands on the stomach. Just notice wherever you are. And if you haven't already, softening down the eyes. If you want to find some extra support, you can bring things, blankets, bolsters, pillows underneath the outer thigh on each side. So rather than the legs hanging here, really finding that support. Three more breaths. Can we stay tuned in to each inhale and each exhale? Using the hands to bring the knees back towards each other, feet as wide as our mat. Rolling the knees over to the right, right thigh rolls out, left thigh rolls in. The knees float over to the left, windscreen wipers. One more time, over to the right and over to the left. And coming back up, and if we want to, we can come straight down to our Shavasana, getting super extra comfy. If we want to come to our bed here, this is the space where I invite you to. We can also start to explore a legs up the wall pose, where we will bring some support underneath our hip space. If we have a bolster, that's great, but we can use cushions, pillows, anything just to find a little bit more lift and a little bit more height under here. Our heart space is reaching towards the sky. And if we're up against a wall, that's great, but if we don't have that option, we can just start to float one leg towards the sky and then the other leg. Feeling the blood straight away rushing from the opposite end of the body, helping to relieve tired legs. And if we're on our feet all day, this is absolutely amazing to just get the blood shifted in a different way around the body. And if we have this urge to straighten the legs and tense the feet, can we really resist this? Keep them nice and soft. If the legs decide they have a mind of their own, just be mindful of this. Let them wander slightly, but keep bringing them back towards the center. Staying here for 2 more minutes, or coming down into our Shavasana. Take all the props you want to allow your body to feel supported. And you almost feel as if your muscles aren't working at all to hold your body together in your Shavasana. And wherever we are, either with our legs up the wall or our corpse pose, notice the breath. Are we able to find a little bit more space in between our thoughts? Everybody meeting down on the ground in our final and most precious resting posture. Notice the space beneath you, whether it be your bed, your mat, your carpet. Can we imagine this space is quicksand? Can we feel our body melting down into this quicksand? Taking any tension and tightness away from the muscles of the face, the forehead, brows, cheeks and jaw. Spreading this down through the neck, melting the shoulders back, arms softening down through the elbows to the forearms, the wrists, the palms to the fingertips. Sending this release through our front body, our chest, our ribs, our diaphragm, our stomach. Noticing this space as it rises and falls naturally with our breath. Releasing any tension in the lower back, the middle back, the upper back. Sending this down to our pelvis, our hip space, our glutes. Down through our femur, our thigh bone, our hamstrings, the knees, the calves, the shins. Releasing any tension from the ankles, the tops of the feet, the soles of the feet, the toes. We are all connected. Thank you for joining me for this practice. And from my heart to yours, sweet dreams and namaste.